Hi there, Steve Kaufman here. Hello, Steve Kaufman. I have my sound on. It's a new year. I'm glad to be back, although I had a lovely time skiing with my family. My wife and I, my son, my daughter-in-law, 3 grandchildren. We spent a week skiing at Big White in British Columbia. I did both downhill and cross-country. I had a great time. I feel rejuvenated. So I'm going to start up again on my usual blog here. I talk about different aspects of language learning. Today I posted something on my blog because I had a message on the blog, and someone said, "Send me English learning, listening, practice audio files such as MP3, thank you." Well, we get this all the time. People email us, they put comments on my blog or on other places, and they say, "I'm trying to learn English, please help me, send me stuff, or send me some CDs, or send me MP3 files." And I must say that, this has been going on for months and months. I find it extremely annoying. There is no way I would help that person. Who is this person? Is it my relative, my cousin? Is it my friend? Is it someone who has helped me or even helped someone else? I have no idea who this person is. What I know is that this person has no initiative, because if it's a matter of English, there's just an abundance of content on the web. You want to find audio on the web, go and look for it. You want to find text on the web, you want to find anything. This person, even if I sent them the MP3 file, he or she would do nothing with it. If there's one thing I've learned about language learning or any other activity, if you aren't motivated enough to get up and look for yourself without bothering other people, you aren't going to achieve anything. It's that simple. In my book, I have this reference to Zhuangzi, the Chinese Taoist philosopher, and Zhuangzi's parable of the crooked tree. And of course, a crooked tree may appear crooked, and the wood from the crooked tree you may think it's of no use for anything, but the crooked tree followed its own nature and managed to go out and follow its interests and do things for itself. And it's an individual. It's not a tree in amongst a whole bunch of similar trees in a plantation forest. It's a tree with character and with personality. Find your own way. Don't bother people. And if you are going to, first begin by contributing. And after you have contributed, after you have put in, you can expect to get out. And, this reminds me of my own experience now with Portuguese. Even though I've been studying Russian, some while ago I found a Portuguese audiobook site, audiolivros.com or whatever. And I sent away, and I ordered a bunch of audiobooks, and after much back and forth, I finally got them, and I am delighted. And one of the audiobooks CDs that I ordered, was a series of essays by a Brazilian educator, whose name is Rubem Alves. And I have really been enjoying listening to these. And I Googled on the internet Rubem Alves, and as you can see on my blog, The Linguist on Language, thelinguist.blogs.com, you can see a reference to a blog that has texts for these things that I'm listening to. So while I listen to them in my car, and I listen to them on my iPod, and there are things that I understand or don't understand, all of a sudden I have the texts. I can import them into Link. I am as happy as can be. And lo and behold, one of the first bits of content that I come across, and which is on my CD, and which is also available at this blog site called Rubem Alves Blog Non Oficial. And the first item here is A Arte de Producir Fome, the art of creating hunger. And there's a lengthy essay about how the role of an educator is to create hunger in the student, create an interest in the student. And that all of the things that we create in our lives in a sense, are extensions of our bodies. And Rubem Alves describes how, as a child, he wanted to steal fruit from the neighbor's yard because there was a branch that was more or less accessible. So he had to create a special tool in order to be able to reach the fruit so that he could bring it in. But it was his desire, his hunger for the fruit, that caused him to create the tool, to invent something, to create something, to get that fruit to bring it to himself. And the role of an educator is to create that hunger within people so that they will find the means, they will create the tools, they will look, they will find, and thereby they will learn. And until you light the fire, until you create the hunger, as Rubem Alves says, giving people things in a classroom, lecturing them, telling them, giving them rules, none of this is as effective as creating that hunger so that the people will find things for themselves. And that's why I find that this kind of message that I received from this one person, send me some MP3 files, thank you. Not a chance that I would do that. We are doing our thing at Link. A lot of it is free. Of course, we would like it to eventually be self-supporting. We have this dream that it can be. But meantime, we're constructing something, we're contributing something, we're giving something. Many people are using it and enjoying it. Use what we've already set up. Don't come at me and say, send me some MP3 files. Link is full of MP3. There's 2,000 items there that you just have to download. How badly do you need to be spoon-fed? That's the major problem with formal education. It's based on the assumption that the student needs to be spoon-fed, that until the student comes into contact with a teacher, the student is incapable of doing anything. No, if you aren't motivated, if you don't have hunger, you aren't going to get anywhere. And the role of the educator is to create that hunger. Thank you to Rubem Alves. I am listening, and I'm very much enjoying listening to his Portuguese audiobooks, and I hope to be doing some Portuguese podcasts in the near future, talking to some of our Portuguese-speaking learners via Skype and putting that up. I won't speak very much. We get the Portuguese speakers to speak 98% of the time, so that our Portuguese learners, people who are learning Portuguese, can use this for their own learning. So there you have it. That's my rant for this evening, and I look forward to, as usual, input from all and sundry.